Time to check in with meteorologist John Adams. Lower humidity levels today make the heat at least a little bit more tolerable, John?
Yeah, it did. It has pushed the heat advisory to just our western counties, so at least we don't have all of East Texas like we did earlier. Year-to-date rainfall, of course, we were way ahead for a while, and then it just shut off there in the last week of July, and we haven't had a drop of rain in almost a month now, and some of those year-to-date rainfall totals are starting to dwindle just a bit. So we haven't had any rainfall for the month of August, and hopefully we can get some maybe starting next week. But chances are still pretty slim. Trinity to Van Zant County, that's where the heat advisory is in effect today. That goes until 9 o'clock tonight. Heat index could be as high as 109 degrees. Eastern sections feeling the effect of that drier air coming in from the east, so the heat advisory criteria is not met there. High temperatures today, we saw anywhere from the lower 90s in our eastern counties to as high as the 100 to 102 range over parts of the area. Normally we're about 94 to 95 this time of the year. Low level moisture, if you remember, the dew points for a long time were in the upper 70s, so the air is a little drier, and these dew points are coming down into the lower 70s, even some getting down into the 60s. That's why it feels a little more comfortable, especially in some of our eastern counties this afternoon. Heat index right now shows that we've got still some triple-digit heat indices as high as 108 in some places. Lufkin says 113, but the eastern counties are a bit lower there into the upper 90s. Temperatures, the actual thing that you would see on your thermometer, mostly low to mid 90s at this point, with 100 in Crockett and in Palestine. Meanwhile, the western edge of that dry air continues to filter into East Texas, not kicking off any rain that we could really use, but at least it is bringing those lower dew points a little further into East Texas and dropping those temperatures just a few degrees. Over the eastern part of the country, it feels nice and like fall-like the conditions there up in parts of the northeast, where we're seeing even some 60s and some 70s, and also temperatures into the 80s finally beginning to work their way into parts of East Texas. At least part of that air mass is, and that's why we're a little bit lower today. No big changes coming up over the next several days with Futurecast, so we're just going to skip on past that and take you right on to our 7-day planner, and that is going to show that we don't have much rain in the forecast for the upcoming week. Through the weekend, we will see our temperatures into the mid 90s. That's about normal for this time of the year. Deep East Texas, if we start to see some rain, we could see a few stray showers to isolated activity developing in Deep East Texas, moving northward, and that would begin about the early part of next week. Check that forecast anytime at KETK.com.
All right.